First of all, which one of you is a volunteer for Learning Ally now? Because I got an email from the director of volunteers at Learning Ally, which is the audiobook organization I volunteer for if you are new here, saying that a new volunteer cited my channel as where they first heard of Learning Ally. So which one of you is it? And whoever you are, I love you so and you're amazing. Secondly, look at that. I got a second-degree burn from the popcorn machine. It's tragic. It's tragic, but hey, I got a second-degree burn from the popcorn machine at the movie theater, which is providing me material for today's video, which is going to be what I watched lately while we get ready for a party that doesn't exist. Just because I thought we could try something different. Okay, so the first thing I watched this month was Luca on Disney+. Let me tell you, on its own, without subtext, it's like kind of banal. And I know that the director and the people involved with the making of Luca have said that it is not, in fact, a gay movie. I beg to differ, okay? With queer subtext, it becomes infinitely better. But aside from that, I adored the animation. I thought it was beautiful. I thought the transformation of Luca and his friend Alberto and his family from sea monsters to humans was just a stunning visual, but it's Pixar. Like, what were we expecting? Anything less? Absolutely not. The water was also really, really well animated. Big fan of water and animation, and that's something I find personally very difficult to draw. Is it like almost identical to Call Me By Your Name, but for kids? Like literally the shots are often the same. Whether it be the train at the very end of the movie, I don't think that's a spoiler at all, or just interactions between Luca and Alberto, very Call Me By Your Name-esque. Overall, it was really sweet. I watched it with my little sister. She definitely did not pick up on the queer subtext, and so I was like sobbing in the corner, and she had no idea what was going on, but it was fine. It was cool, and I love hanging out with her, so that was a lot of fun. Now, I did put on foundation because if you're going to a party, like a Gatsby party, I'd imagine you'd want that because all of your makeup would melt off, you know what I'm saying? But I do not actually really wear foundation. That's just my theater makeup for musicals and stage plays. Comes in handy for videos, let me tell you.
Silenzio Bruno.
Louder. Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Okay, the next thing that I watched this summer was one of the free movies that I went to with my movie theater perks, and that is Roadrunner, which is the documentary about Anthony Bourdain. So I knew it would be sad, but I was pretty excited going in because it was the first R movie I'd ever been to at a movie theater by myself, because you have to be 17 and up to attend an R-rated film alone in the US. And also I used to really love cooking, and I know that Anthony Bourdain traveled a lot. I never really watched his show. I was a little bit young. I do want to read Kitchen Confidential, that is on my list, but I was really looking forward to it. And while it was a wonderfully put together doc, editing was stunning. It was just very creative and avant-garde, I'd say. There were parts of it that I really didn't like, specifically the ways in which mental illness was discussed. It was really discouraging to watch because kind of how it felt was that his friends and the people that were being interviewed and the message the filmmakers were trying to convey was that of like the tortured artist trope, which I loathe with every fiber of my being and disagree with fundamentally as a creative person with mental illness. It just feels very much so like the stripping of free will. I also really did not like the framing of his death as something inevitable, something that he succumbed to at the end. And they had like a dissenting voice in the interviewees saying like, this is not how it was. He did not have to go this way. This was not like preordained. But the overall message was that like, this is the path he was heading on anyway, and just felt really discouraging to watch, to be completely honest. However, again, it was really well done. I could tell that it was done with respect and intention in mind. I could tell that the creators really adored Bourdain and his work and what he contributed to the world. And it was the first movie I've been to with a bunch of people in the audience since the pandemic started, and I'd forgotten how vibrant and real it is to have a bunch of people in a room to watch a movie together. It's like ridiculously exciting, and I forgot that people like talk during the credits and lean over and whisper to whoever they're at the movie with, like, hey, I want to go see this one, or that looks kind of strange, maybe not quite up my alley, things like that, you know. Blush. I never really wore blush until Little Women, the musical, and then I had to wear it for my character makeup, and I thought, wow, I like this. Anyway, it was just really fun to have the communal theater experience, even if I didn't like adore the movie with every fiber of my being and soul. Speaking of soul, Summer of Soul.
Are you really ready? Are you ready to listen to all the beautiful black voices, the beautiful black feeling, the beautiful black waves moving in beautiful air? Are you ready, black people? Are you ready?
So I really used to like to do eyeshadow, like just occasionally like gold glittery highlighter-ish eyeshadow. But something that I struggle with my anxiety is dermatillomania, which is the picking at skin. And lately that's been like really troubling me with my right eyelid. So the skin is very flaky and dry and itchy all the time. So not doing eyeshadow because I want it to get better and to heal. Summer of Soul. Oh my god, it was so good. I think I might have talked about Summer of Soul briefly in my Summer Adventures video, but it is a documentary by Questlove about the Harlem Cultural Festival in 1969. It occurred the same year as Woodstock. It drew hundreds of thousands of people. It was the gathering of black musicians and artists and just a celebration of culture at a time that was really rife with you know, as always in America, racism and social unrest and social injustice. It was a celebration amongst all of that and amongst the deaths of civil rights leaders such as MLK, Malcolm X, Medgar, etc. So the footage like sat in a basement for 50 years and then they made this documentary out of it. And they effectively interviewed people that were at the festival. They include concert clips. Nina Simone is in it. Oh my gosh, I love Nina Simone with every fiber of my being. Fifth Dimension, their performance was amazing, and they actually interviewed 2 members of Fifth Dimension who I believe are actually married. And just seeing their reactions to that time in their lives and their experience at that festival was heart-wrenching and beautiful. It was so good, and I requested a poster for it, so. Okay, so I have pretty pronounced eyebrows already, which is something I like about myself, which is cool. It's good to point those things out. But sometimes I like to put in actually mascara. I just use a mascara brush and I don't get very much mascara on it just to define them a little bit more. It's fun. It's fun. Gotta concentrate though because I don't want them to be too dark. Unfortunately, I just got mascara on my elbow. The burned elbow, but not on the burn, fear not.
Okay, you got a plan or shall I just stay duck and cover?
My plan was to drive us away.
Well, your plan sucks.
Black Widow. The Black Widow made me so mad that I actually thought about making a video about it. And I still might because I have like this really fun thumbnail idea about Black Widow and the new Red Scare. Kind of like the second wave. The second wave, that is, of American propaganda and media and anti-communist rhetorics. So Black Widow's a Marvel movie, right? It's too little too late. The character is already dead, so there's hardly any tension in the movie, in my opinion, because you know what ultimately will happen. Florence Pugh and Scarlett Johansson were great, don't get me wrong. It was just lackluster story-wise. I use my finger for lipstick. I don't know. It's too much if I do all of my lips. David Harbour's character was obnoxious, not gonna lie. And I'm not a huge comic book nerd. I would like to be, but that was just not something that was in my life growing up to a large extent, and so not super duper part of my life now. But even just as like a casual Marvel fan, I can acknowledge and I'm happy to point out that it is super duper 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 military propaganda-y. A lot of the time I think the military funds Marvel projects or approves Marvel projects, so you can be confident that the military is almost always being portrayed exactly how they want to be portrayed in Marvel films. And Black Widow had a deeply anti-communist feel to it. Not only did David Harbour's character have Carl with a K as in Marx tattooed on his fist, the Red Room is like obviously the room where these widows are programmed and trained to be monsters, effectively spies and snipers. Trained killers, Red being associated with communism, you know. The idea that communism and feminism are incompatible is heavily implied, especially towards the end. I just had a really hard time in general separating the entertainment portion of the film from the propaganda-y thing. It felt very difficult to overlook for me, which I suppose is something I'm mildly proud of because it means I've learned a lot in the last year. However, it was kind of sad because, you know, I wanted to go see a movie with my friends, and instead I was thinking about political theory the whole time. I have to concentrate on the mascara. But my big mascara tip is to like rub the bottom of your eyelashes and then go up or blink because it adds a little more volume. Fun fact, I have whatever mutation it is that you have multiple layers of eyelashes. Quirky and cool. And another thing about Black Widow is I think it'd be pretty easy for you guys watching this to think I'm overreacting about the anti-communist rhetoric, etc. However, considering the fact that more and more gradually younger Americans are becoming more interested in socialism, there's going to be reactionary movements, and we've seen that a ton. You know, Fox News, Tucker. And Disney is generally a pretty conservative company, which Bob Iger doesn't deny. He says it in his masterclass and in his book. And it's interesting to see the ways, and it's interesting and scary, I guess, to see the ways in which mass media and media targeted largely towards kids to encourage a more Americanized view of the world. It's just, you know, interesting, slightly frightening. I'm reading a book called Five Came Back, and it's about World War II and 5 directors going to fight in World War II, and when they returned, how it impacted Hollywood and Hollywood culture and the films produced. And it also just reminded me of, you know, the OG Red Scare, in which lots of Hollywood actors and guild members and union members were blacklisted because of communist or socialist ties, including, believe it or not, Lucille Ball. They attempted to blacklist I Love Lucy, but her husband told the news the only thing red about Lucy is her hair, and that's fake. Ha ha ha. And everything went away because she was like so popular. Anyway, just food for thought. And you know, it can be good to engage in media critically. My favorite thing ever. Okay, that's the brown mascara. We're gonna put some black over the top just on my top lashes because it's a Gatsby-esque imaginary party. And I think, personally, black mascara would be at a Gatsby party.
What's going on with you and Bryce Lasky?
Well, what do you mean? Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Alright, the next thing I watched was Flipped. It is on Netflix. I think it's pretty old. It's a historical fiction about this little boy and little girl in like the 50s who fall in love with each other, but when she likes him, he doesn't like her, and when he likes her, she doesn't like him, and how they come together. It was kind of it's cute. The reason I watched it is because I'd seen clips from it in like edits and stuff on YouTube and the Instagram For You page. Is that what it's called? And so I thought, okay, I'll watch it. I'll see the source material. It was fine. Probably 2 years ago would have been my jam. Not quite anymore. It was just kind of boring, to be honest. It was cute, I guess. Flowery, floaty, cottony, fluffy. Delightful in that way, if that's what you're looking for, which sometimes I am, just not this time. And the costumes weren't even that good. Like, that's what I was really excited about. Okay, we've done the black mascara. I think we need a little more lipstick. What do you think? Okay, then I watched the Reputation World Tour on Netflix because whenever I'm editing, really, I'll turn on something Taylor Swift themed, whether it's an album or it's Miss Americana or the Reputation World Tour, which my other friend named Maya went to. Crazy. And it was wonderful. What can I? You know how we feel about Taylor Swift here. I actually attended virtually the New York Liftoff Film Festival because my friend Remy had an entry that made it into that festival. It was also a finalist at Cannes, which is like crazy impressive. So congratulations, Remy and team. Their short film is called Thereafter. It deals with AI and AI bringing people together and tech bringing people together, and it felt especially poignant given COVID. I really liked the music and the sound editing, actually. It was really clever. It went from like techno background music to acoustic, so it transitioned from colder, more mechanical sounding tunes to something warmer and more human, and I just thought that subtext was spot on. I started Atypical, finally. My best friend Lily has been recommending it to me since freshman year. I'm not a big TV series person. I didn't really start watching TV until my freshman year of high school, but I just, I like it. And then Stranger Things season 3 was awful, and then I just kind of gave up on continuing with the series because I didn't want them to keep getting mad. Ooh, does that look weird or just on camera? Nope, it looks weird. Anyway, Atypical. I binged the first season in one night, which my brain probably did not appreciate. However, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. That is the look. We're gonna go change into clothes, but before we do that, let's finish talking. So yeah, I really like Atypical. I'm really excited. I know this is a spoiler, but like everyone knows that Casey and Izzy get together. And I'm really excited for that because I watched all the edits on YouTube and they're really cute, and it'll be great to have the context of the show. So really looking forward to that. And then the last thing that I've watched thus far this month is What Happened Miss Simone, which is a documentary on Netflix about Nina Simone. Not the best documentary, however, about like this incredible figure, this incredible woman and artist and advocate. And because it was about Nina Simone, it was amazing. Yeah, that's what I've watched so far this month. I am going to go see Old this coming week. I have Monday off, so I'm gonna go see a free movie on Monday. I want to see Old. It has not gotten the best reviews, but I've never seen an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and I want to. And I know that no one like walks away neutral from one of their films, and sometimes that can be good. Okay, let's go pick out an outfit to wear. I will give you a wide range. You can pick which one I'm wearing to this imaginary party, and yeah. Then I'll go to bed. Then I'll take this all off and go to sleep and wake up and do box office in the morning. I need chapstick. I'm gonna want you like a best friend. Oh, that was my heel. I love this dress, but it's like a little tight. I'm thinking maybe with polka dot tights. Unfortunately, those are packed. So you're just gonna have to pretend. We'll do one more, but I think this is the one I like the best so far. I've actually lost a bit of weight throughout COVID, which is strange for me, and something that I'm trying to be positive about, because I have recovered from multiple eating disorders and I'm in the process of recovering from them. So my relationship with my body is always changing and evolving. And but something I will say is that it's so empowering to have clothes that fit you. And I don't mean losing or gaining weight or changing anything about yourself to fit your clothes. I mean buying clothes that you feel comfortable in, that fit you where you are. Clothes are supposed to fit you, not the other way around. And it just, I don't know, that's something for your confidence. So, and I love fashion. It's a big part of my life. It's something that I don't really do on YouTube anymore because I got quite a few harassment comments early on, which is scary, but that's the reality of being a woman on the internet, which is horrifying. But anyway, here's the last outfit. I haven't worn this dress since 2 Thanksgivings ago, and it fits now much better, and I love it. So it's purple, it's frilly. It's quite low cut, so for school I usually wear like a brown turtleneck underneath, which has gotten some funny comments, but that's like the best thing ever. You know you're doing something right when someone doesn't like your clothes. I know I said I liked the other outfit, and I did, and that's probably what I'll wear to the movie on Monday, Old, but this is the one I'm gonna wear to our imaginary party. So this is the final look. Thank you for doing this with me. This was fun. It felt very Hollywood starlet. Gatsby-esque, as I've mentioned. So thank you for watching. I love you all. I'm gonna go wash all this off, go to bed, and I will see you next time. I think we'll do the Q&A then. But regardless of the video, I'll see you then.